and I found this little gem that came out in
Li-
December.
little known. I don't think anyone's heard of it.
Yeah. Well, I had not heard of it, or if I
Yeah.
did, I didn't. I ignored it. Sometimes you hear about animes or whatever, and you're like,
I'm
okay.
talking about After Sunday. If you haven't heard of it,
Mhm. Oh yeah. So it won an Emmy last Sunday, and that is Blue Eye Samurai.
hmm
So I generally have a rule when I watch shows on Netflix. I try to watch only one per day and not binge it. That way the episode stays with me longer.
hmm
Because when I watch them all together, they run together.
yeah,
And for the most part, I followed that. And then I was getting towards the end, I was watching 2 or 3 episodes a day. I
yeah,
just,
yeah.
it just, incredible show.
You
This
know,
is a show about the main character is Mizu. I will probably slip up and say the spoiler from episode one. It's spoiled right at the end of episode one,
hmm
a revelation. Uh, Mizu, I'm just going to go ahead and say it because I'm going to slip up. I won't. Uh, Mizu is a character. This is during a time in Japan where they are cut off from the rest of the world, but the shogun has allowed 4 white men into the country, and these 4 white men assaulted Mizu's mom. I'll say it that way because of YouTube. And so she doesn't know who her father was. And there's the spoiler. This is a girl who is posing as a boy.
Mulan.
Yeah. So this is kind of like a mix of Shogun, Kill Bill, and Mulan is what this feels like. And Mizu has blue eyes because her parentage was, a white man. And so she is seen as a demon or an outcast by everybody in the town. Everybody hates Mizu, and she is the outcast. And because her life has been so miserable, and because of other stuff that happened, she sets out on a path of revenge against these 4 white men, and that's the basic plot of the show. There's a whole lot more to it, but that is the basic plot. Mizu's
S-
quest for revenge.
And so this is all episode one.
A lot of what I described was episode one.
hmm
There are other characters that she wants this to be a solo quest, but other characters start getting tagged along, and it seems like every character has their own motivations. Hers is revenge. One of the characters' motivations, he wants to kill her.
hmm
and But as the show goes on, everybody's motivations slowly start to change as circumstances change. So it's almost like One Piece, where everybody has a dream and they're committed to their dream. Everybody in the show has a dream, but their dreams slowly change. Their goals change as the show goes on.
So the one who wants to kill her, is it one of those things where he'll help her get the satisfaction of revenge, but then he'll kill her like that, or
Yeah, it's like I'm the one who's going to kill you. I
okay,
can't let them kill you.
that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, so it is a great show, great cast, written by a husband and wife team. I just had it up. Uh, the guy wrote Logan, Michael Green. He wrote
hmm
Logan and Blade Runner 2049, all the movies that Caleb
Oh,
loves, Alien Covenant. I
ooh.
don't know if he likes Alien Covenant, but he wrote
I
that.
so hate Alien Covenant. I hate it so much, but the other ones I do love.
Yeah. So him and his wife Amber Nozumi wrote this. Uh, it has a great cast. Uh, George Takei is in all these. Masi Oka, who plays Hero and Hero, he's in this. You got the original Shang Tsung in this.
I'm just gonna because at this point he's kind of everywhere. Is Hiroyuki Sanada in it?
I don't think he is.
That's weird because I mean, at this point I gotta like be careful, but like he's kind of like the
Yeah,
Japanese actor, right? Like
yeah. And it's like they have Kenneth Brandon, whatever his name is, in this.
Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah. So I mean, they got big names in this. They got Stephanie from Everything Everywhere All at Once is in this.
Oh yeah,
Ming Na Wen's in it. So I mean, they got everybody in this
except
except
him.
for except for our boy. So word of warning: this is a hard R rating. Uh, and again, we're on YouTube, so I gotta be careful what I say. There are a lot of scenes involving brothels.
Ah,
So you get a look at everything. I'll put it that way. And it's not just a little bit; it is a lot.
and
And
this is an animation as well.
this is an animation, uh, but it's not just the things you see; it's the stuff that's implied to be happening, and that gets pretty vile. There's just a lot going on there. So if that's a deal breaker for people, I'm just gonna give that warning. It's here, and it is a lot.
So let me ask this, because this did win the Emmy for Outstanding Animated Program, and specifically the episode was episode 5. Well, that I'm reading this, did that end just kind of being undisputedly the best episode of the series, or
I think the show peaks at episode 5 and 6,
okay,
and then it goes. I won't say downhill. It's
it
like
it it, it
it
steadies.
it's kind of like you're going up a mountain, and that's the peak, and it kind of slopes off a little bit after that. My biggest issue with the final episode is it's you're wanting the main story to get wrapped up, or at least against one of the 4 guys who did this to the mom.
Mhm.
And instead they kind of swerve a little bit and start setting up season 2 and
So
go somewhere else.
this isn't like a one and done.
No, there's gonna be more seasons. I
Uh,
I, I would guess it's gonna be a 3-season show, because I think by the time the story begins, she's already dealt with one of the 4. So it's kind of like it's a lot like Kill Bill, where at the beginning she takes out one of the ones right away, and then it's going out the other 3. We don't know the details of how she took out the first one, so I'm sure that could be a flashback season or something. But episode 5, the one that won the Emmy, there's kind of like a kabuki play going on at the same time as the events are, and the kabuki play is reflecting her story,
that's cool.
and everything you thought you knew about her is wrong. You get this whole side of her story that you didn't do nothing about, and it kind of reshapes everything. Like she had this moment of happiness. Again, this is very similar to Kill Bill. Now that I think about it, she had this moment
Okay.
for happiness, and it's like her fairy tale of this. Hey, I could have a normal life gets taken away from her, and I don't want to give away the play reflects things and in her real life, and it's really cool. And then episode 5 or episode 6 is kind of her raid on the castle. Is a shorter episode, but really remind me of like the Crazy Eights fighting Kill Bill. Just
Oh
amazing
yeah.
fights, amazing music, animation, all that great stuff.
Yo,
So
I am still waiting for the unrated cut. I think it's called Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair,
mhm.
where there's more scenes and the fight with the Crazy 88 is in color.
I think I have 2 complaints about the show.
Okay.
The way that the final episode, there's just a couple of nitpicks with the final episode I've already mentioned. The other thing is she does get wounded a lot, and you're kind of like, okay, she should be dead.
Okay. Yeah.
but I think that goes into the whole. There's almost like a legend about her that she is this demon that is hunting down. She's unstoppable.
Yeah.
And
And like
fueled by revenge, so she can.
right. And I definitely think that there's an amount of resolve, I guess, because that's kind of like the whole point and stuff like this is just the amount of resolve that, like, let's talk about Kill Bill. You got I I can't think of Bill's brother's name, but it's Michael Madsen,
Mhm.
ends up burying her alive. And so she just does the 1-inch punch over and over again to the coffin just to get out. So there's definitely a resolve.
Yeah, so let me wrap this up real quick. I want to give this a 10 out of 10 so bad. I think I'm like a 9.75 or a 9.9 out of 10. It's almost darn near perfect. Is
It, it
and
if this is something that had wrapped up and there wasn't a season 2 and it was just a one and done, would this be a 10?
I think so. And season 2 may strengthen what I think about the end of season 1. But I think this is fantastic. A lot of the times I did not know where it was going. The characters would make decisions that were, true to the character, but she's so focused on revenge that there's the right thing to do, and she doesn't do it all the time because that's not my mission. My mission is killing these 4 guys,
Mhm.
And so there's a lot of that, and a lot of, they call you a samurai, you're not a samurai, and her learning what does that mean. So
Mhm.
highly, highly recommend Blue Eye Samurai. Again, it's a hard R, so just for those who have issues with that sort of thing. So